Hi, here I am with another process video. Recently I did some shopping online at Paper Issues, and I saw this Jelly Bean Soup, Shades of Color Soup paper line, and I thought about the pictures we had taken when we went to the Crayola experience at the Mall of America, and I knew that it was a match made in heaven. I needed to do a layout using these embellishments and papers and things like that. So I have this part of the video super fast because it doesn't end up anything like what it looks like right now, or what it starts to look like. Just cutting different strips from the different papers that I got. I have the pictures already chosen and printed that I want to use, but it's just the layout, I just didn't have it. But I knew I wanted to qualify this layout for the 21 or 27-day challenge on Mercy Tierra's Facebook page. So I had all the different elements written down that I needed to cross off the list, and so I'm going through the process of making sure that I have all of that included on the layout. So I went from being horizontal to vertical. Here's my challenge. I want all those pictures on one page. Every single one of them. So I don't make you watch me cut all those out. And then one of the challenges is to have washi tape on your paper. Well, at first I just had one roll picked out, and then I decided to add a few more rolls. So, yeah, it kind of looks like a crazy mess, but if you've ever been to a Crayola experience, it's very colorful and it's very busy, and it's fun, but it's a lot going on. So my layout kind of reflects that. I'm just looking for some mixed media to add. I didn't go all gesso and um, modeling. What am I trying to say? The stuff you smush through the stencil. I didn't get any of that out today, or at this point. The day's still young. I still might. We'll see. So I just decided to splatter. I didn't want it to look too rainbowy, so I used a Heidi Swapp salmon, a raspberry, cut grass, and then Heidi Shine butter, just to get the colors, because the paper doesn't really have a true red, a true green, a true blue, like rainbow colors. Still, I would say they're still in the primary family, which was another one of the requirements for the layout, is to use primary color, and mixed media was another thing. So I covered both of those. Yeah, I don't know why my video is cutting off the bottom. I'm not sure. When I look through my camera or my phone, it looks like it's all on screen, but obviously it's not. I will work on that. I think we're on video number 7. One of these days, I'll get it all figured out. So yeah, we went to the Mall of America. I have a brother that lives in Iowa, and I live in Minnesota. And I live in northern Minnesota. He lives in southern, I'm not sure, maybe central. I guess I don't know where Des Moines is, but somewhere in Iowa. But south of the border. Anyway, Minneapolis is kind of a halfway point for both of us. So we meet up there. And my mom and dad also live in Minneapolis, so that helps too. We have a place to stay when we go there, and my sister. Anyway, so we planned to do a Mall of America trip. And last summer when we got together, we went to the Rainforest Cafe, which is not far from this Crayola experience. And where else did we go? I can't think right now. It'll come to me. But anyway, we decided that this summer we would do this Crayola experience. And even my 13-year-old had fun, I think. It was definitely geared more towards the younger crowd, but I know, but what else did we do? My youngest is telling me what we did last summer with these cousins. What did you do last summer? Do you remember with the cousins from Iowa?
Build-A-Bear?
I think we did Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, Build-A-Bear. Oh yeah, because remember we secretly got the clothes and they didn't, so we remember carrot and bananas.
Right, yeah.
Our little monkey
right,
and
carrot
bunny.
and bananas, yep. Okay, so last year we did Build-A-Bear. And this year we did Trail Experience. Anyway, so love the letters that came with the or didn't come with, but part of the color, Shades of Color soup. So I used that for the word color. And one of the things you needed for the layout was to have a long title. I kind of have a big title. I don't know if it's really long, but it's called You Color My World. And I actually got the idea from one of the pieces of ephemera. They have it, oh my goodness, it's all cut off. Down at the bottom, I'm figuring out the letters for my world and you. I don't know why. I can't really do it over, so, oh, there's you. So, and as of right now, nothing is really glued down except for the washi tape and the strips of paper and that background square. So, things get moved around, but not by very much. This was a lot of trial and error on this page. I did things, then I undid things, and I did things and undid them. But in the end, it turned out okay. At the end of the video, I have a little clip of how I store my ephemera. I got the idea from one of the thousands of videos I watch. I have no idea who did it, but it was a great idea, and so I swiped it and I use it and I like it. I used to store all of my ephemera in plastic cases within an iris case, so smaller plastic ones. And that worked out okay, except it just seemed like there was an awful lot of space inside those containers, and then when I only put one pack of ephemera in there, it just seemed like a waste of space to me. And my scrapbook area is crammed with stuff and not a lot of space to move around in here. So less space taking up is better. So there we go. I have to say my pictures aren't super awesome because these kids did not want to cooperate for pictures, but anyway, I felt like the background is so busy that I needed to make the word color stand out a little bit, so I used what I call the Mercy Tiara technique, and I outlined the letters. I know many other people do that too, but she was the first one that I saw do it, so I'll give her the credit. Yeah, these letters are really fun. I like them. I really wanted to find, I don't like that the L and the R are the same color and that close to each other, but I couldn't find a C. I wanted the C to be red and the L to be orange, but it didn't work out that way, so it's not the end of the world. I have to tell myself that a lot. It's not the end of the world. It still will look just fine. I also get weird about where I put the pictures and to make sure those silly corners don't line up or overlap so that they're directly in line with a strip or directly in line with another picture. I don't know, it's just the way my brain works. Of course, it was a beautiful sunny day outside, and I couldn't, that glare just doesn't go away. I don't notice it as bad when I'm actually working on the layout, but in the video it shows up pretty bad. In a little bit here, I'm going to gather up the girls and take them out. We live in the woods, and the trees are beautiful. Lots of fall colors, and I do it every year, so I need to get them out there because I have a feeling it's going to be a cold snap pretty soon, and we will lose all of our leaves. And then it's not so pretty until the snow flies. And some people don't think that's pretty, but I like it. Okay, so I think I'm putting down all my letters, and why in the world this Thickers pack has one Y in it? I cut an X to make it look like a Y, and I just didn't like it. So luckily, I got them, or a friend of mine, Nicole, got them at Tuesday morning for me, and so I took the Y out of the second package. It's kind of nice when I find Thickers at Tuesday morning, because when you pay $1.99, you can buy 2 packs of the same letters if you like them, and you're really only spending less than what you would spend on 1 pack. So it's kind of nice. Just they're not always there, and the closest Tuesday morning is over an hour away, so I don't get there very often. So here I am now. I decided to go back to all these ephemera pieces and die cuts, and I feel like I'm going to use every color splash that's in there. And then I see that there's little tiny hearts in there. And since this is my brother and sister-in-law and my nieces, I'm like, I better use the hearts too. So then I pull every single heart out of the pack. Eventually I pare it down and realize that I can't use everything that I like on one layout. So I'll get there. It is a super busy page, but looks alright. It was a super busy day, so it goes together. There are the hearts I was talking about. I just want to push that paper up and show you the bottom of the page. I plan to do another layout yet today, and I will try very hard to keep in mind my filming space. I thought I had it marked on my workspace where my cutoff point was, but apparently I did not. It creeped up a little bit. Eventually I get this down to 3 focal points, kind of, where I put the embellishments. Something I learned, well, I kind of learned it from being an art major when I was in college. I was an art major for a short time before I ended up being an elementary ed major. But the power of 3 and the balance and that kind of thing was taught in art class. And I also learned it again. It was reiterated in Victoria Marie's class that I took. So here are some still shots. I ended up putting sequins on. And I just put the journal, there's really no room for journaling. So I just wrote it small. This is how I store my ephemera. Use these little Memorex cases that I get online. Throw them all in there. And then I take the back off. I save this to use for mixed media. And then I trim this down as like a reference card kind of in the back of the envelope. And I try to keep the manufacturer on there. And then if I can add, what kit it's from or what line, I'll add that. I like to staple it on there instead of gluing it, because I just feel like I'd have to wait too long for it to get glued, or the glue would dry and then I'd probably lose it. And so then, oopsie, tried to hurry. So I have to pick them up again. Get them all picked up again. 45,000 pieces, but eventually I get them in the right spot. Get them where they belong. And then I'm going to go back to my list of what I needed for the 27-day challenge, and I will show you what I realized. Oh, right, this is where they all go. So these are all, now if these were all in my iris containers still, it would be a whole case full of iris containers. And I think I actually grew out of the case and was moving on to the next case. So this is a lot more compact and I like it. Smaller than a shoebox. Okay, so here's the list. Celebration, kind of. Long title. Oh, wood veneer. Darn it, no wood veneer. And washi tape I did get, and mixed media I did get. So, grabbed the wood veneer, found some cameras, because I heard today from, I don't remember if it was Sarah Swan or another lady, I can't remember her name, that did the 30 layouts and 30 sketches in 30 days. Something like that. I wish I could remember your name right now. Anyway, she was talking about her stash of camera ephemera, and camera stuff. And she's like, every layout you can use a camera. So that was in my head. I get this marker out and I decide to make them silver. I find that one of my silver Sharpie markers is old. So I had to pitch it, and luckily I had a new one ready to go. And then I didn't like how the circles showed the background and it didn't really look right. So I decided to back all the wood veneers in some yellow paper. So I fool around with this for a little while. I love that super tiny camera. It's a really cute one. That one right there. Glue it on there. And then I just kind of, the one I end up putting a little bit lower, not right exactly in the cluster, but it's right next to me. Picture of me hugging a giant red crayon. Red's my favorite color, so my daughters thought I needed to have a picture by the big red crayon. Or maybe I made them take a picture of me by the big red crayon. I honestly can't remember, but there I am, hugging a big red crayon with a camera by me now. But yeah. So here's a few more close-ups with the cameras. I hope you enjoyed it.